Here's a question about non-consensus IEPs. So there are some points to know about an IEP that you don't agree with. The first point is that in Texas, a school can go ahead with an IEP and put it in place that you don't agree with. The second point is once they know you disagree with it, they have to offer you a reconvene to try and reach consensus. So I call it the non-consensus IEP meeting. They have to offer it within 10 school days of the disagreement odd. So you go in to an odd, here's a scenario, you go in and you say, well, you've reduced speech this year and I don't agree with it. And they say, okay, well, do you want to meet in 10 days and we can bring more data to the table? So they're required to bring more data. You get to bring more information if you have it. And you meet again. And if you still disagree at that point, what happens is the school district can put their IEP into play. So here's what I would say about this. What I've heard from some school districts is, we're going to revert back to the last IEP, or we're going to revert to the IEP from last year. We're not going to change anything. And of course, that creates serious problems for your child and them, because they're meant to implement the plan that they think is best. So if you're ever in that situation in an odd meeting, I would say, is this what you think is best for my child? And see what response you get. But anyway, it's in the Texas Administrative Code that they can do this. And if you're in that situation, I would recommend considering some dispute options or trying to continue that non-consensus odd, but they can implement it. The other thing you should know is if they're proposing a change of placement and you don't want your child put in a different setting. So let's say they're going from general education to self-contained, and you don't want that to happen. You have to file a due process for stay put pendency, they call it in some states, before that non-consensus odd meeting. And that will prevent your child from being moved. It does mean that you filed, but it prevents the school from actually executing that placement. So there's a few tips, and please follow up with more questions and I'll try and answer them in bite-sized pieces. Thanks.